So let's get into it. So today we'll be talking about karma, but I'm going to destroy the myth of understanding about karma. Too many people have the myth of understanding about karma. This book is by Deepak Chopra, The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. Now, what is karma? Well, it came from somewhere in Hinduism, where whatever in people mind is whatever, like, so you did something bad, you and it will. I don't. People. Well, if you did something bad in the past, you will reap it in the future, right? What goes around comes around. That's what they say, right? But that's where people get trapped, right? People believe in luck. People believe in bad luck. I don't. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story back when I was a kid. I believe, my mom told me that if I break glass, I will have bad luck for 7 years. Or if you walk under a ladder, you will have bad luck, or something of that nature. If you look at the cat, you will have bad luck. All these are superstitious, but those aren't true in a sense. Let me tell you a story. A lot of Asian people have this notion that if you did bad in the past, it will come around um, in the future. But I used to think that when I was in boarding school, I used to think that because of my past, what I did in the past, it will and karma will come around, and bad luck will come. But there's no such thing as bad luck or good luck. It's I would say it's neutral. It's 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 not a thing. People just make that up so they see. Here's the thing: they justify luck and bad luck so they won't, and it's just an excuses that they make so they won't have to do those things that which they want to do. It's funny. The thing that most people, you know, people view successful people or rich people as lucky, but then they start to justify and make excuses. Oh, they just they were in the right place at the right time, or they know people or have connection. Hey, I come from a poor background, but you know I didn't have connection. you know I didn't have those things that which most people have. And you know what, regardless of those things, I still put forth the effort to go after something that I truly want in the universe, and I want to reach within me to reach that. And I know that people have potential in them. It's just that they make excuses to why, and they justify to why they aren't uh, achieving or becoming successful to their own rights. You have to get out of that mentality saying that there's such thing as luck. And most people in the law of attraction knows that there's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as coincidences, but they can create the circumstances. They can create the outcome based upon what they did in the past, or their thoughts. Whatever you imprint in your subconscious mind in the past, it shall be in the future, because you have to reap. You have to sow the seed today so you can reap the benefits, the harvest tomorrow. It's like me reading a book and I'm expecting immediate results, but it doesn't happen right away. You have to plant the seed in the mind. You have to read and grow. Growth doesn't happen overnight. Growth happen uh, continually. You have to grow in consciousness. Consciousness and awareness doesn't happen. It happened because you sowed the seed in the past. Karma is the essential assertion of human freedom. Our thoughts, our words, and deeds are threads of network which we throw around ourselves. Swami. The third spiritual law of success is the law of karma. Karma is both action and consequence of that action. It is the cause and effects simultaneously, because every action generates a force of energy that returns us in like kind. There's nothing unfamiliar about the law of karma. Everyone has heard the expression, what you sow is what you reap. Obviously, if we want to create happiness in our lives. We must learn to sow the seed of happiness. Therefore, karma applies the action of consequences, choose making. You and I are essentially infinite choice makers. In every moment of our existence, we are in that field of possibility that we have access to an infinite of choices. Some of those choices are made consciously, while others are made unconsciously. But the best way to understand that maximum the use of karmic law is to become conscious aware of the choices we make in every moment. Whether you like it or not, everything that is happening at this moment is the result of the choices we made in the past. Unfortunately, a lot of us make choices unconsciously, and therefore we don't think they are choices, and yet they are. In other words, most of us, even though we are infinite choice makers, have become bundle of conditioned reflex that are constantly being triggered by people, circumstances into predictable outcome of behavior. These conditioned reflex are like Pavlovian conditioning. Pavlov is famous for demonstrating that if you're give a dog something to eat every time you ring a bell, soon the dog starts to salivate when you just ring the bell because it has associate one stimulus with another. Most of us, as results of conditioning, have repetitive and predictable response to the stimulus in our environment. Our reactions seem to be automatic, triggered by people and circumstances. And we forget that these are still choices that we're making in every moment of our existence. We're simply making these choices are unconscious. So, long time ago, I used to believe like everyone else that because if I did bad in the past, so it'll come in the future. And I keep having that thought, which create the outcome bad luck. Your thoughts can make or break you. Your thoughts can create heaven or hell on earth because you how you utilize your thoughts process. And most people don't understand that they can create their own luck via the action or sowing the seed today. Most people look behind the curtain of successful people or rich people. Most people blame the rich people, or most people curse. Most people curse people. Why are you wasting your time uh, saying commerce? They say what it be instead of taking that and applying that in your life and making it better. Instead of blaming the circumstances, why don't you make yourself better? And as you become better in the present, and so you will become, and so the circumstances that you create will happen in the future because you sowed the seed today. You did the things that nobody did. You took to heart that you developed the persistent and the capacity to build something, and you didn't wait uh to do that. Most people will say someday they'll do this, but someday they will put it off. Don't be like those people who put off those things which you want to do. While process from the unconscious realm into the conscious realm, this procedure of conscious choices making witness is very empowering. When you make any choices at all, you can ask yourself two things. First of all, what are the consequences of these choices that I'm making? In your heart, you will immediately know what these are. Second, will these choices that I'm making now bring happiness to me, to those around me? If the answer is yes, then go ahead with the choice. If the answer is no, if the choices bring distress either to you or those around you, then don't make that choice. It's as simple as that. There's only one choice out of the infinity of choices available in every second that will create happiness for you, as well as for those around you. And when you make that one choice, it will result in a form of habit that is called spontaneous right action. Spontaneous right action is the right action at the right moment. It's the right response to every situation that happens. It's the action that nurtures you and everyone else who is influenced by that action. That is very interesting mechanism that the universe has to help you to make spontaneous correct choices. The mechanism has to do with sensation in your body. Your body experiences two kind of sensation. One is sensation of comfort. The other is sensation of discomfort. And the moment you constantly make a choice, pay attention to your body and ask your body, if I make this choice, what will happen? If your body sends a message of comfort, that's right choice. If your body sends a message of discomfort, then it's the not appropriate choice. For some people, the message of comfort and discomfort is the area of solar plex. But for most people, in the area of the heart, constantly pay your attention in the heart and ask your heart what to do. Then wait for the response, a physical response in the form of sensation. It may not be the faintest level of feeling, but there's there in your body. Only the heart knows the answer. It's a great book, but let's talk more about this. Most people have this ideology notion of karma, that if they did something in the past that they were bad, so they will reap in the future. That's what holds most people back. I mean, when we were a kid, we don't know. Um, it's the environment, it's the people that we surround by that cause us to do those things because we were programmed by those behaviors. It's what we see and what we do, and occasionally it's affect our choices in the future. Whatever you've been programmed with is the choices that you're going to make from now into the future until your body you know you I mean. And so I used to have this notion about karma, that I did something bad in the past, right? And so that it will affect me and I will always have bad luck in my future. But then as I study deeper into the realm of the universe and the realm of our thoughts and the realm of our subconscious mind, the realm of possibilities, is that each and every day is a new day to reset our vibration, to reset our thought patterns, to reset what we do and the choices that we make. The choices that we make today affect our future, and we will surely arrive at that future. But what are our choices? Are our choices that we make bring us closer to our goals or farther away from our goal? We have to constantly think about what is causing us to move towards what we don't want and what we do want. The input that you have in your environment plays an important role. The people who you associate with play an important role. And I start to notice that if you hang around with people who don't have much of ambition, you will go somewhere just like them. And if you hang around with people who have much ambition than you move towards those things. And we have constantly be aware of our thoughts because our thoughts control our vibration, right? We all know this. Our thoughts control our vibration, which controls or attract or repel the circumstances, the people to us. And it's we have to define karma as the cause and effect for things. The cause and effect, right? I used to say that if you want your circumstances, the effect, or the situation to change, you must change. As you change, so your situation is. If you want circumstances, or if you want to create luck, or you want good things to happen, it starts with you. It does not start outside of you. It starts within inside of you. That is the cause and effect. As you change the cause, the effect will change, the circumstance, and you will attract greater people into your life. And it all had to do, thoughts are causes, and the conditions are the effect. We must be able to direct our mind and our thoughts to the ends which we want to attract or to create. And that's pretty much it. There's no such thing as, those are just excuses and superstitions that we have. I remember my mom always tell me that black cats, or if you look at them, they'll have bad luck. I look at them, I didn't have bad luck. It's just a thought. It's just a thing that people say, and they're afraid to have bad luck. There's no such thing. Once you break the habit of seeing bad luck, once you break and take out the word luck, then you start to do things that create luck. I'm telling you, people who have the word luck in it and see that successful people are lucky, then they justify it and they don't do anything to produce luck themselves, or whatever that is, or good fortune for themselves if they don't create it. Yes, there's the vibration within it, so we can create that, because if we can increase that vibration via whatever you do, like meditation, or to increase it, whatever, like goal setting or whatever, then you attract luck in your life. I know most people want that, right? Subscribe to my channel, like my video, because I do book reviews on, personal development, law of attraction, and stuff like that. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.